Welcome to another thrilling edition of PremierTwo. My name is Peter. Thank you for joining me on a breezy, cool night in Tokyo, Japan. The Van Gang is coming and so am I. Hey man, whatever gets you going. I love that you guys were throwing out massive support, massive donos, as much as the guys and girls who made that stream possible were crushing. So did you. Let's go over some of the Van Gang stuff. A little BTS if you guys want. So the other thing I want to tell you guys is about little Koopo-chan. I'm going to try to keep it together emotionally because I have decided the best thing that I can do is be positive about it. And that's so hard. It's so hard to be positive about something that you feel robbed of or it doesn't make sense. It's not fair. It's so frustrating. So I'd stayed up late the night before getting all of this technical stuff kind of sorted and tested. And Yuki was petting Koopo on the couch and Koopo had a seizure. He started shaking and he fell off the couch and rightfully Yuki was very scared, very panicking. And it was the second seizure that he's had in a week, right? So there was one we weren't sure was a seizure. It was in the dead of night where I was sleeping. It was the night of the Connor and me walk and talk plus drinkathon. So I got home and it was morning and I'd used the bathroom and I thought I scared him off the side of the bed where he was sleeping next to me. But now I'm looking back on it, definitely a seizure. We took him to the hospital after the for sure one, which is now the day I'm supposed to be leaving. And at the hospital, they did an echogram and they found, unfortunately, his poor little heart is too big, I guess, or there's some sort of problem. I know all these terms are in Japanese and no one's talking to me. They're just talking to Yuki in Japanese and she's having to translate, so it's very confusing. And they said that the major complications can be is if water or fluids get backed up into the lungs. So I decided, I told the guys, I can't come tonight. I'm gonna have to come the day after. And of course, they were totally okay with that and nothing but support from the team back at the base. And then as I went home that night, I was keeping a very close eye on him and I noticed that his breathing had become quite labored and fast. I was watching his breaths per minute and he was somewhere around the 60 to 70 per minute and it's supposed to be 15 to 30. So I said, Yuki, I really think something's wrong with his breathing. We should take him back. I have to leave for the Shinkansen, but I'll help you put him in the little crate. And I think you should take him back, even though I know we were there yesterday. It's worth checking on just to make sure that he is okay. When they went there, it was diagnosed that he did have already fluid in his lungs. So it went from a seizure to a heart issue to this is really bad. And I'm on the road doing day 1 and day 2 of the cyclethon, and I'm so happy to be with the boys. I'm so excited to start raising some money. I'm so excited to just do everything I can, but I would be lying if I wasn't telling you that part of my head was constantly distracted about getting updates from Yuki and trying to understand what's even wrong with him. I don't even understand what's going on at all. I didn't get a chance to tell you guys anything while I was on the cyclethon because I wanted to keep it kind of private because I didn't want to derail it into about me or my cat when we were really focusing on this incredible charity drive, I thought it'd be best to wait. I took a break during one of I can't even remember anymore. I know I took a message break. They said Koopo had become kind of violent, or they didn't want to deal with his scaredy cat nature at the hospital. Please come pick him up. I was stunned to hear that because if anybody is equipped to deal with it, it's a professional. And honestly, when we were getting all of the news, the guy was so insanely disrespectful. It was all CYA stuff. He was covering his ass. He was being a jerk. He wasn't being a jerk, but he was saying, I wanted reality. And he was selling me, could be's and I don't knows and wakaranais. Leaving Koopo and trying to get there, I was a total wreck. They had just cycled for 9 days and they've been worrying about tech issues, weather issues, their own shit, this charity. They're really working hard. The minute I saw them, full breakdown. I'm so weak. I'm so weak. Luckily, they were all there to pick me up, bawling my eyes out. Just me, and I had been crying the entire way to this location. So anyway, we're on the road. We're doing our thing. My boys are picking me up. Mouse is sending me good messages. I'm getting good vibes. This was Koopo at the vet, and I know my baby. I don't think he was taken good care of here. He just looked really, really out of sorts. Koopo's at home here, and as you can see, he's much too weak. He's really struggling. He has no power. He has not eaten in 3 days. And I'm very worried about him, right? Of course I'm worried about him. He's my little buddy. He's going straight to the smells that he misses. He missed his dad. I needed to be there. And so with the news that Koopo had not eaten in 3 days, I made the decision that I need to go back tonight. And Connor and Chris and Ian and Paul and Nabi, they couldn't have been more supportive. I came home as fast as I could. He was really struggling. He won't eat. He had no power. I mean, to move him, you had to carry him everywhere. The good news is that when I got back, he did eat from my hand, which is amazing. And as soon as I walked through the door, his eyes lit up briefly, and he was so excited to see me and to have Yuki and me and all three of us together. He couldn't get up to greet me, but his eyes told me enough. And then the next day, Yuki had to go to work, which is also why I came home. So I spent all day with Koopo, nursing him, taking care of him, making sure he got some rest, feeding him as much as I could. It was only like a teaspoon at a time. It was very little. And then when Yuki got home, she had a few days off. And then I went back to the cyclethon until the thrilling conclusion, which was amazing. But not without a certain amount of nervousness, right? I was terrified. The reality is we don't know how much time we've got with him left. It could be 2 weeks. At most, they said it could be a year. And that's the reality. And every day we're giving them 5 to 6 different medicines. It's very stressful for Koopo, very stressful for Yuki, very stressful for all of us. But every morning we have to give him 3 or 4 different pills. And of course, on our mind is, as long as he's not suffering, we don't want to prolong this because of us and our selfish desire to spend more time with him. But as long as he's healthy and feeling comfortable, then, we're going to do everything we can. So I got to say, each day, he's been getting more strength, more power. He's becoming back to regular Koopo. He's eating a lot more treats. But when I say that was the longest week of my life, I am not exaggerating. It was a lot of stuff to focus on. A lot. But I gotta say, being on the cyclethon and hanging out with everybody and raising money for the Immune Deficiency Foundation was excellent. It was amazing. It was not a distraction so much as I felt purposed. I felt motivated. I felt that we were doing something special for a lot of disadvantaged people who have this immunocompromised issue. So for me, it was a great experience to return to friends who I love dearly, to raise as much money as possible. And so in that regard, it was incredible. I'll go grab the little guy just so you guys can see him, because I know that you've missed him a lot. I'll be right back. Hold on. Look at, there he is. There's the big guy. He still got the block. All right, that's about enough. I'm gonna go put him back in bed. Thank you guys for cheering on Koopo. Thank you guys for always being so supportive. Thank you guys for sending a lot of power. Yuki and I really appreciated it. You guys were so kind about it. We really love that about this community. And so thank you. I want to talk a little bit about the cyclethon now, because that was amazing. My headcanon of it is so completely lost. I have no real memory of it this year, but I do remember I lost 3 mics, 1 Sony action cam, 2 cables, 4 magnets, and we raised over $1 million. Let's talk about some bitus. I'm going to skip a lot of the days because I wasn't there and I have nothing to offer other than my viewing observations. Felix, Garnt, and Rob were amazing, and they set this bar very high so that when I arrived, I had a lot of things that I had to step up and try my best at. The reason I show this is within the first 10 seconds of me joining, I lost my magnet on my microphone. Let me see how quickly it starts.
Going live.
Going live!
Guys.
Tell me when to jump in.
Okay.
Wait, I didn't know we were so unprofessional.
You love him. We love him. Come on over, Pete.
Right there, that's where I lost the magnet. Within 1 second of being on this stupid stream, I lost it immediately. Or maybe it was like, maybe, because my mic is still,
money today.
it's still on, so it's, it can't.
Hello, everyone. I can't wait. This is it. I finally have to wait all week.
Birthday back rub time.
Hey, all right.
I knew it. It's Chris's fault. Him and his stupid back rubs. All right, so the first day we jump in, we're already having fun, we're already goofing off. The reason I chose to go in with such a flashy intro is just because I was, obviously, as I told you guys earlier, I was dealing with a lot of the mental stuff about my cat. So I was trying to like get a strong start so I could just focus on that through line for the next 9 or 10 hours. And we did, and it was great. It was a good time. After that, we had this wonderful dinner where Chris became paranoid, and we finally got him the world's biggest cheese board in Pals Help Pals. This is so much cheese, and it was simply incredible. And here's the only downside, is that we did not eat enough of it. So we put all of it on ice in this cooler, and this was frustrating because that was in the van, right? And on one of the days, it tipped, it was in this cooler, and the blue cheese had melted and the ice had melted, and it was this kind of blue cheese soup, and it fell off the seat that it was on, and it started leaking onto my sweater. Honestly, every problem that I had starts with Chris. That day was great. The next day, let me see if I can find it on the PremierTwo VOD channel. A lot of the time, it's just us hanging out, and I had bought this jacket to honor Koopo before I knew he was sick. I was gonna make this like a big Koopo themed adventure, but then wearing the jacket just made me kind of sad, so I wasn't ready to deal with that yet. This is where we found, I knew I'd just been sent the picture of what I shared with you guys, which was my cat. I needed to go home, so I decided to tell everybody really quick, so it's just what it is. There were so many times where I went AFK, and when I came out of it, Ian would almost always start with some sort of a joke. And that's incredible. That was so helpful. So there we go. That was the 2 days right there that I joined. And then special shout out to Charla and Ian, because I left them some equipment. We left. I went home that day, and I said, Ian said, do you want us to stream from your channel? And I initially thought, oh, no, because if people realize that it's better without me, then what are we gonna do? So yeah, Charla crushed, and she did that on her birthday, and I still need to message her. I'm writing a longer form message so that I can send her the appreciation that she deserves. I think she'd be a great streamer. I think I'd watch her like Animal Crossing streams or just chilling. I think she's just a really great natural conversationalist. After that, I was able to rejoin the stream where car talking. This was the normal car chatting till the max, you know, me and Ian having bants. I mean, all of that's just talk. And sometimes I'd be able to show you guys out the window. But one of the coolest things is that so much of the time is like, we are genuinely laughing and smiling on the Van Gang. So much cool stuff that we're just dicking around. So it's fun. I felt like a couple of these, we had the cinema roll cam.
I appreciate that. I don't
where you guys can see the driving footage. I kind of liked this whole cam angle. We had some good joking in the van again. We had some laughter. We had some setups. And then I think we started one of our 35 merch commercials.
Being laughed at by the local schoolgirls.
My camera's on a tripod, and the station's like back and to the left of me. So all these people are coming out, and they're just giggling because some dickhead has set up a tripod with a camera facing him at a sunset and is talking to himself. Didn't get that promotion? It was probably your clothing. Now you can go to CDawgVA.com and just think, every single one of your purchases of this fine garments and accoutrement will be added to charity. You'll feel like a freight train of power as you course through the workday looking as good as I feel. Yeah, you can get a ringer tee, a hat, a sticker book, a keychain, and perhaps even a hoodie like me. Okay. And maybe you're trying to lose some weight. Hey, I understand. Well, listen here, you can get an athletic t-shirt and train like the best of them. CDawgVA.com. Look good, feel good. Feel good, play good. Play good, pay good. Not bad. So, dude, I was missing out. The real content was actually... No, you weren't. No, it was just after 8 hours, you have some decently fun moments. So that was the end of this day. And then on the 13th, I can't even remember. This was the hardest day. This was the hardest day for all of us because we were almost totally useless. Wait, no, this day was not useless. The day 14 it was. So on this day, we're hanging out, having some fun. Whole gang's in the car. Just more banter. If you guys want to watch the VODs, you'll have fun because it's just hours and hours and hours of... And the Bannon asks you if you want to join Genji Glove Talk from Final Fantasy VI. That was 30 minutes. It's a team effort, so I feel like having both on at the same time is the way to best enjoy the Van Gang / Cyclethon experience. And then the next day was the one where they went to where Mouse joined. That day was really tough for Ian and I. We were always 4 steps behind. You know, we were having a bunch of technical issues. So if we were gonna skip a streaming day, probably the penultimate. Let's go to CDawg VODs because one of my fears was that you guys were gonna see my cake all day. I will say I did a much better job on the bike than I did last time.
Welcome to the final day of Cyclethon. And look at this fine gentleman who's going to be joining us today on the bike. I don't think... Are you okay?
No. It looks like you're giving birth to this thing.
Yuki taught me this one. Quick joke. I mean, I'm sorry that for the final day, that's what you guys saw for most of it. And they were both really disappointed that there was a lot of stoplights. It was the only thing that kept me going.
Get me out of here, help.
What's this?
Get me out of here, help.
Are we on yours now? Okay. Mouse fits, nice. Getting it done.
You feeling okay, Pete?
I love this stream! Ghostbusters reference number 155. So yeah, it was cool, man. And then the ending was obviously unbelievable. Although I was nearly killed. Chris tore through that like the Incredible Hulk. How the fuck are they completely...
This is so excessive. There's so much.
What happened? I can't move. It's around my entire streaming rig. It's caught around my feet. It's cursed. It's like a Garrett. Like, I thought this was a Hitman stage, and they are gonna kill all 3 people. Hold on a minute. I think I can help you guys out.
Mission failed. We'll get them next time.
Dude, I will tell you right now, I've had the luxury of performing in some pretty cool theater spaces, and this one in Tokyo Tower ranks way up there.
So sorry we made you wait. I will now pass you to the biggest hype man of all time, the legend.
To inform all of you that we have beaten last year's work.
All right. let's count the times where I get them nearly banned.
The king of karate.
Yeah.
Bestseller. The East Christopher.
Look at that. Look at all these legends. I've been calling him the king of karate for like 5 years.
She is the mouse on the moped, our favorite streamer, and an even better person, an icon in this industry, and one of the nicest, most heartwarming people you will ever meet, the legend, Iron Man!
Based.
The architect of this entire adventure. He is the magnet that pulls all the steel together. He has spent weeks, months, tirelessly planning this event so that this moment can happen. It is my genuine pleasure.
It's so sad though. It's true. He's such a nice guy. In my head though, I'm thinking of the way he has supported the Immune Deficiency Foundation and Mouse, and how much he helped me this past week with my cat and stuff and my situation. But you gotta keep it together.
And I want to hear a ton of hoots out there. The man, the myth, the legend, CDawgVA!
Wow, shit.
What a legend.
I always learned that it's after the introductions, get the out of there. They're British, so they're not going to introduce themselves anyway. Like they would never do it. Like they just can't. They'd go, jolly good show, lads. Thanks for being here. Let's wrap it up and get home before an evening dinner and some tea, lads. So that's why you do the intro and then you get off the stage so that they have a chance to do everything that they can. Because at the end of the day, it is about them.
Just want to thank you all so much for coming. I hope you enjoyed the Cyclethon Cafe. Obviously, we were a little late. That's because Chris was directing us. I apologize.
Whoa.
And I'm so sorry that you've all had to listen to Todd.
That was so nice of Connor to protect me. The reason we were late was because I was on a bicycle for the first time in 1 year.
We also got Pete, who came in halfway through.
Legend!
Thanks, Paul.
You know, the hype man that we all need. He's been a legend. Thank you so much, Pete. I appreciate you so much. No problem. Oh.
I'm looking anywhere I can to get off stage. And all I can do is go further and further back into this corner.
I've been crying the whole time.
Oh, man. This was like a crazy emotional roller coaster.
Thank you, Connor, for having this amazing event. I appreciate it so much. Thank you.
You made me cry.
I cried a little here.
Oh.
It is a lot. I'm sorry.
Oh, thank you. And obviously, you know, Mouse always...
And I was deathly terrified right here that some bullshit would go... Bum, 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 bum. I, Peter, wanted to tell you, thank you for doing the cyclethon for mate. So I immediately am like, shut this thing off.
People always say the TTS, they say, thank you for being a good friend to Mouse, but Mouse is a good friend to me as well.
Dude, that shit tore me up.
But Mouse is a good friend to me as well.
He always says the exact thing that we're all feeling, but in his own unique way.
And big thanks to Chris, who's been there the whole week. It's just made it
Connor
so fun,
crushed, man. Look at that. That is so sick. Also, this is why you need to be off stage. And the cycling is legitimately one of the easier parts, I feel, at this point. The thing that's the hardest is that putting on a show, and it's hard to ask people for money. It is. And those guys do such an incredible job of creating what I consider to be really engaging, fun content, bringing you lots of cool side stories. They're on a mission. And so like, it's the realization that friendship is what really got us through all. And it sounds so ridiculous. It all just sounds like we're just, it sounds so stupid, but it is true.
Legend.
Thanks.
Chris has also said 4 words to 2 of them were mouse, mouse, and the other 2 were legend.
Any final words, guys? Oh, I can give you the mic here.
Sure. Okay. You got it. You good?
So,
I'm just hungry. Look at this.
This was kind of an interesting thing. I was of 2 minds. I didn't really know what to do this, but I thought maybe it's risky, but maybe we should end on being goofy because it was really emotional, and you're basically pulling a 180 here. But I think it was the right call. Let's see if that bears true. In my head at the time, it seemed like a good idea.
All right, we've had some emotional moments. Those are welcome and those are earned.
Those are welcome and those are earned. I like that.
Remember, this is still a goddamn celebration.
Yeah!
And I would be remiss because also thanks to our guys Ian in the van.
Oh,
they were the point man.
Where are they? Where are they?
That's my biggest regret was thanking Ian. So I guess that is my chance at bringing humor back into it.
I would like anyone to join us in a bounce.
Yeah! That was my favorite part.
Let's move the cake. Everyone turn around. Here we go.
Oh, God.
Bro, that is so perfect. I refuse to believe that that's not a perfect ending. Last year was this year was bounce on it. Look, at least 5 people are smiling there. People went home with smiles on their face. This is what I wanted.
Oh, no.
I've never seen this before.
I see. This was
Can you
it.
give me some peach one more time, please?
No way. No way.
That was it?
Well, that was amazing.
What?
That was amazing.
That's the iron worms.
Oh my God.
All right, next year I'm going to change charities, whatever it was, I think. Oh my God.
That was epic.
I could take the mouse pad. Mouse, do you have anything to say to all the people?
Thank you, Paul, for sending that and capturing that. Wow, it looks a lot better locally recorded, doesn't it? So much is happening on these cyclothons that I'm all about trying to fill as many gaps as I can when I'm needed. So if Connor's stream goes down, I try to step up and do something. If we're in like a group setting, I'm trying to figure out my timing of where I can jump in and do my part or help out and chill or do things like that. But that's my experiences from the cyclothon. You guys crushed. You guys were amazing. Big shout out to the tech team and all the people who made it happen. All the donators, all the mods, all the artists working on this project here, making songs, making graphics. It was amazing.